to him, gave him a lot of attention, and let him sit in the pilot's seat and gave him his own little pilot's wings. In the case of little 5-year-old Liam, the public pressure worked in a way. Instead of being stuck in Dili for weeks or months or longer, things moved faster for him and his family. Liam was taken off the street in Minneapolis, flown across the country, imprisoned, then freed from the prison and flown back home, all in less than 2 weeks. It went fast because of the national uproar. But back home in Minneapolis, that plane spotter, that activist Nick Benson, he had this nagging question. Because in all of his weeks and weeks of watching ICE flights leave the Minneapolis airport, watching the men and women in shackles go up those tarmac stairs, Nick said he'd never once seen a kid boarding one of those flights. He'd never seen a little kid, like a 5-year-old like Liam. So then how did they do it? How exactly did ICE ship Liam and his dad from Minneapolis to Texas, and so quickly, within 24 hours after they grabbed him off the street? We know they sent this little boy to prison in Texas. How did he get there? How did he get from standing in his bunny hat and his black and white coat and his Spider-Man backpack in Minnesota to a Trump prison camp 1 day later? How did they do it? Well, now, thanks to Nick Benson, we can see that part of the story. We can have a view now into the machinery of Trump's system for locking up little kids, for locking up families, a view that we've not had before. And it's because Nick Benson knows the Minneapolis airport like the inside of his own car, right? Because he knows the flight schedules, he knows the layout of the gates, he knows roughly when Liam had to have traveled. And because of all that, because of what he's been doing, Nick Benson was able to tear this thing open. Quote, pursuant to the Minnesota Open Records Law, I request copies of video footage of the following areas of the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport. January 21st, 2026, 5:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Any footage of or that would show vehicular traffic entering or exiting gates 222 or 269, exterior ramp areas, interior gate areas, jet bridges near gates F11, F13, or F15. Nick Benson filed his open records law request under Minnesota state law. He paid his $359.04 in processing costs. And what did he get? He got dozens of hours of footage from half a dozen different surveillance cameras, all showing the Delta Airlines passenger terminal or the operations going on just outside the terminal's windows in the hours leading up to that morning's nonstop flight from Minneapolis to San Antonio. And he went through all of that footage, and look, there he is. Recognize the jacket? Heading for gate F13, the Delta flight to San Antonio, in his black and white checked coat. That's Liam Ramos and his dad. There's no sound with this footage, but you will see 3 people with Liam and his dad, 3 people who seem to be taking them through the airport. To be clear, we don't know whether they're federal agents or contractors or something else, but there they are with Liam and his father. They're checking in before the flight. They're waiting in the terminal with all the other travelers. At one point in the background, you can see Liam laying his blanket down on the floor. I think it's so he can lie down on the blanket. Sometimes he gets up to look out the window with his dad. Liam's like any other kid at the airport, except for where he's going, except for the fact that U.S. President Donald Trump is sending him to prison at age 5. Finally, Liam and his dad and these minders line up with the other passengers, and they head off for their flight. A boy, his dad, his Spider-Man backpack, a nonstop Delta Airlines flight from Minneapolis to San Antonio on the way to family immigration prison. Nick Benson went through that footage. He shared it with an excellent aviation journalist named Gillian Burkell, who broke this story last week. Gillian Burkell has tracked apparent ICE flights all around the world to places like Eswatini in Ireland, Eswatini in Africa, and Ireland and Egypt. She told us this was the first time she had seen this other part of what they call ICE Air. Not the flights on charter aircraft or contract aircraft that load up people in shackles, right? But this other part that is happening quietly around all the rest of us unsuspecting passengers. On passenger airlines, in regular airports, flying prisoners to Trump prison camps to be held without trial, including little kids. We contacted